Welcome to this channel of Hanix TV. Today we would like to discuss about what has happened in Malawi for immigration purposes. If you are coming into Malawi as a foreigner, you should understand that the government of Malawi has introduced a new regime of visa requirement when coming into Malawi. So before it was a visa-free nation, but now they have changed that. So everybody else coming to Malawi must have a visa except the nations such as Ghana, SADC countries, countries from COMESA, and all countries that do not require visa for Malawians to come there. Barbados, Singapore, Jamaica, and all other countries, you are not required to have a visa when coming to Malawi. But if your country has a visa requirement for all citizens of Malawians visiting you, then you know that you also be required to have visa in Malawi. But why is the change? Government of Malawi has been contemplating about this thing. They have been looking at the country's free visa status as something that was not very important. It was posing security reasons as well as it was leaping the nation of the most needed forex. Because whenever you are required for a visa, you pay a certain amount of money. So government of Malawi was missing a lot on that opportunity of getting money in dollars for people coming to visit Malawi. But do you think this is a good thing to have a visa requirement for the nations? What is going to happen with the tourism industry in Malawi? Because when it was visa-free, many visitors were coming in Malawi, and the government of Malawi was having money indirectly because of the visitors who were coming to Malawi and eating food from Malawi, sleeping in our hotels. But now, because of this restriction requiring every nation that is coming to Malawi to have visa, is going to create problems, more especially people that are outside the continent of Africa, because they will need to come to Malawi using dollars, and they pay more money, because if visitors from United Kingdom are coming to Malawi, they can book the whole hotel, and it means that the government of Malawi will be having a lot of money through hotels and the other businesses that are associated with the hotel business. So this is the news that we are having in Malawi. If you would like to come to Malawi, you need to have the visa. I also would think, like, if Malawi is requiring visa, it means then the government of Malawi was not benefiting with the previous regime of the status of visa-free in the country. So now there is a need of making it mandatory for every country that is coming to Malawi to pay a visa, which is, for me, something that is good, because we cannot have the country that is open to anybody else without controlling who is coming in and who is coming out of the country. People can take advantage of the free visa status of a nation to do whatever they want to do, thereby destroying or bringing insecurity in the nation. So the nation of Malawi is now requiring visa. If you're an American, you want to come to Malawi, just know that you need to have a visa before you come to Malawi, because between Malawi and America, there is no any agreement for reciprocal immigration of visa-free status. So if you require a Malawian to have a visa to come to the United States of America, it means Malawi as well will need you to have a visa before you visit Malawi. United Kingdom is the same thing. I can say that almost every European country, you need to have a visa in order to come to Malawi, maybe except a few countries. But according to the list that I have, I've never seen any European country that has been listed there as a country that is going to benefit from the new regime of visa control in Malawi, because the only names that have been listed are the names that are of the countries that should come to Malawi without a visa. So I haven't seen any European country. I've seen Singapore, I've seen Jamaica, I've seen Barbados, I've seen Ghana, I've seen SADC countries, I've seen East Africa countries, and I've seen other countries, which for me there's an exclusion of European countries there. So maybe European countries will benefit from holding the United Nations passport. If you are coming from United Nations, you've got the visa or passport from or document from United Nations, then you are required to come to Malawi visa free. If you have any document that is coming from African Development Bank visiting Malawi, if that document is allowing for you to travel to Malawi, you have visa free status as well. But other than that, everybody else coming to Malawi, excluding the names that are on the list, are not going to be allowed to come to Malawi. So just tell your country, your government, to have a visa-free status agreement with Malawi so that you can benefit from the new visa program that Malawi has introduced, whereby if you are having a status of visa-free to Malawians to visit your country, the same thing is going to happen to you when you're coming to Malawi. So governments that are allowing the citizens of Malawi to visit them without a visa, then it means also you will be allowed to come to Malawi without a visa. This is the new thing happening right now in Malawi. Previously, the thing was like, if you're coming to Malawi, you were not supposed to pay for visa. It was a free visa nation. But now it has changed because there is a new government. The previous management of visa program in Malawi was under the previous government, which is no longer in power now, because that one was looking for tourism boosting in the nation. Since it is no longer in power, the new government has introduced its own visa program for all countries in the world. Now, the most important thing on this is that if your country is demanding Malawians to have visa to visit you, then it means you are going to be treated in such a way that you also be required to have a visa when visiting the country of Malawi. So it's like tooth for tooth, tit for tat. It's like Malawi government is like, because you are treating us in that way, we also treat you in the same manner. So like, you need to be good if you want us to be good. That's what is happening currently in Malawi. This is a new thing. It is in effect right now. And if you don't know about this thing, you can visit the website of Malawi Immigration, or you can go on the Facebook page of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Malawi. You are going to see the countries that are listed there, which are required to come to Malawi visa free, and also you're going to see the whole statement that is written there regarding the new visa status requirements for countries visiting in Malawi. So it's a new update. I believe this is going to help Malawi in one way or the other. But now the problem I have with this thing is that in Africa, we are still not moving forward in terms of developing our continent in such a way that we can facilitate movement and travel within the continent without hassles and problems. Because it's like in Africa, we are supposed to be doing things like one people, but now it's not getting in that direction. We still are creating barriers for one another that we cannot travel freely within the continent of Africa because of all this immigration and visa issues. That's why Africa is not even doing business with each other. And you can see that the continent is better doing business with China than doing business within the continent of Africa. And this is lobbying Africa an opportunity whereby we will be trading with one another and boost our economies to grow. African economies are very small in the world because we are lacking trade between ourselves. The countries that are doing business with us are countries like Europe, like continent like Europe, countries like China and America, which are very powerful in terms of business and trade, and therefore they are taking away a lot of things from Africa. without Africa mutually benefit from them. So if Africa is to develop, first of all, let's encourage doing business within the continent so that we can get better and develop as one people within the continent. And this can only be done if we make visa free our nations, and they should be moving freely within the continent and be able to trade with one another. This does not mean that we're going to destroy all controls that are necessary to control people doing business, moving. But we are talking about having a status whereby if you are considered as an African and there's an evidence that you have got African passport, or you are really from Kenya or from Malawi, from Zambia, from Mozambique, there's that proof and evidence. It means you'll be allowed within the continent of Africa to do everything that you want, because there's an evidence that you have got an identity to identify you with, that you are really an African, and therefore you can be treated in such a way whereby you should be having freedom to exercise whatever you want to exercise within the continent legally. So that was the news that I wanted to speak about in this video to you about Malawi's new regime of visa treatment for the nations that would like to visit Malawi. And if you are coming from the countries whereby you need visa for Malawians to visit you, therefore you should be required to have visa when coming to Malawi. Thank you for watching this video. I'll come back with another video. Have a very good day. I would like to remind you my channel is growing, and I would like to ask you to continue watching more of my videos, but I'm short of 700 watch hours to reach to 4,000 watch hours. So with your support, watching more of my videos for longer periods, you're going to help me to get to 4,000 watch hours. Until I come back with another video, have a very good day. Bye bye.